All right, Bill, so let's get a look at the delegate count. Before any votes were cast today, you had Donald Trump in the lead at 338. Now, this does not include any of the delegates so far this evening. I just want to point that out again. Cruz was at 254, Rubio at 115, and John Kasich with 25. So that is the official delegate count as the day got started today, and we're going to update with the new states as we start to get those delegate counts, because you get a call in these states before you start to see how the delegate breakdown looks across them this evening as well. So joining me now, Ed Rollins, former campaign manager for Reagan Bush in '84, and Joe Trippi, former Howard Dean campaign manager. Both are Fox News contributors. Gentlemen, welcome. Good to have you both with us today. So, Ed, let me start over here with you. How does this look to you so far?
It's down to a two-person race. And it's interesting. No, the two guys who had the biggest day on Super Tuesday were obviously Trump, who had a big night, and Cruz. Cruz had a great debate. Trump had a terrible debate. I think people were worried about Trump being able to come back. I think he has come back. I think he'll win Louisiana today. He obviously is right in the contest here. So I really think as we move forward, as much as people like Rubio, as much as people like Kasich, it's really going to end up being Trump and Cruz moving forward. And I don't think Cruz now has a strategy to go into Florida, take votes away from Rubio, sort of concede it to Trump to try and knock Rubio out and, again, make it a one-person race. Kasich could keep saying he's going to go on. Really has only one place he can win at this point in time. That's Ohio. So.
Yeah, Joe, let's talk a little bit more about Ted Cruz. Obviously a good day for Ted Cruz. He has been the winner in Kansas, the winner at CPAC tonight, and he's doing well, although we've only got really early numbers coming in Maine, which may be an argument for him to stake out, if he does win Maine, that he's tapping into a different voter there.
Oh, no, look, first of all, they're caucus states, and Cruz has shown repeatedly that he has the ability to organize caucus states. We saw that in Iowa. You're right, the evangelical vote is nowhere near what it was up in Maine and compared to Iowa, and that's why whether he wins or not up there, it clearly shows he's broadened his strength a little bit, because there are just not enough votes up there from his usual basket to perform even this close second, that if that's what it became. On the other hand, this is a great night for Donald Trump. If he can pull out Louisiana and Kentucky, drawing Cruz to fight in Florida probably helps Trump gain a winner-take-all stake there later on. And the same thing, as Ed points out, if this is coming down to a two-person race, I think Ohio and Florida look pretty good for Donald Trump if Rubio stays in for his home state and you see Cruz split the vote from him. So it could be a good night for both of them. It's definitely a bad night for Rubio, but in the end, this could all benefit Trump.
Yeah, it looks like it. When you look at Florida, let me go back to Joe on this. Joe, we talked about the fact that Ted Cruz opened 10 new offices in Florida. You know, it looked like it was probably going to be a Rubio-Trump race there. But obviously, if Cruz can start to pull in people there, he's going to erode basically from Marco Rubio, essentially, right?
That's the game. The game is he's won his home state of Texas. Obviously, Kasich has to win Ohio, and Marco has to win Florida. If he doesn't win Florida, he can get in the car and he can drive for the rest all summer and winter. He's not going to get any more delegates, and he's not going to be a viable factor. So I think it's a brilliant strategy. He will gather a lot of evangelicals in Florida. He will draw a lot of them. He's not going to beat Trump there, I don't think, but he can draw enough voters away to basically keep Rubio from winning.
Yeah. When you look at Maine, Joe, just getting back to that for a second, one of Ted Cruz's early strategies in this whole campaign was that there were conservatives that had not come out for Romney, that there were evangelical votes that had not been tapped into in these areas, that they didn't show up to vote a lot in the past because they felt like they didn't have a candidate in many of these races. It hasn't really proven out for him. We've seen the evangelical vote, you know, somewhat similar to what it's been in the past over the last races. But if that starts to be part of this equation, you know, is there a path for Ted Cruz here?
That's not the path for him. There aren't that many evangelical voters, states left after tonight. So I think what's more significant about Maine is if he really has broadened out to economic conservatives, I mean, we'll have to see where this vote's coming from, because it's definitely greater strength than he usually shows just with evangelicals. So if he's actually broadening out, beyond his normal vote, that's significant for him because he needs to do that to survive after tonight. There just aren't that many states left where the evangelical vote that he draws is significant enough to deliver victories alone. He's got to get his share of those, but he's got to expand, and that's what's interesting about Maine.
Yeah.
The big thing about Maine, too, is the governor endorsed Trump, and the governor's kind of a mini Trump. He's got the same personality.
He was a Christie supporter.
And he was early,
Yeah.
but he basically is a Trump supporter at this stage. And for Cruz to do as well there, I think is a real plus for him.
Yeah, so if Cruz wins in Maine, it's a bad day for the governor of Maine, to be sure. I
think absolutely. I really think at the end of the day, when you add up the delegates, it's going to be a Trump-Cruz day. I think Trump will probably have more, but it'll be close.
I mean, it's really interesting because when we went into this day, it looked like Trump was going to take everything.
Absolutely.
And Ted Cruz is having a very good day, so we'll see where it goes from here. We'll be back to you guys in just